So, you think you're a chef? Welcome to Intel's cooking competition. The challenge today is Intel employees have been selected as chefs. Each chef will have to select his or her team. And each team will have seconds to plan and 45 minutes to prepare, plate, and serve up their dish using an entire mystery basket of ingredients given to them just minutes before the clock starts ticking. Each day there will be something new and different to prepare, ranging from an appetizer, salad, entree, or dessert. And the pressure doesn't stop there. Once the chef and his or her team has completed their dish, they will be scored based on presentation, technique, taste, and creativity. The two chefs that score the highest by the judges will cook off against each other in the finale on October 13th. In the end, only one chef will have the bragging rights to be called Intel's best chef. Let's switch over now to the cafe, meet our hosts, and let them introduce our guests today and see what kind of ingredients they will have and what food they'll be cooking.
My name is Angela Gill, and I have the distinct honor of working alongside of Chef Payo Bruich from Lounge on 20. And today we're going to have a cooking competition. And in order to get started, we're going to first introduce our teams. Starting on my left here,
Hello.
We have Chef John. Chef John, please introduce your team to us.
On my team today, we've got Rick Barla, my sous chef, Kendria LeBeau, and Rusty Sanner.
Excellent.
And all excellent cooks in their own right.
All right, thank you. Let's give a round of applause to the Chef John and his team. And here on my right, we have Chef Sinclair. Chef Sinclair, introduce your team to us, please.
Yeah, hi. On my right, we have Kimmy. She will be responsible for the garnish. And we have Marianne, who is our pastry chef.
Excellent. Covering their bases. All right. So I would be remiss if I did not mention that this event is brought to us by the Folsom Excellence team. So thank you to Phyllis Tolles, Carrie Richards, and Judy Andrews. Thank you very much, Folsom Excellence team. All right. So we're going to have our chefs and their teams go to the back. And while they go to the back, sorry. Before they go to the back, I want to introduce to you our other judge. This is Peter Rowe. Peter, tell us about yourself.
I've been with Intel 14 years here at the Folsom site, and I'm looking forward to seeing what our teams can create.
Excellent. All right, so two judges, Chef Payo and then our judge, Peter Rowe. All right, so teams, you can head to the back, and we'll pull you out in a few minutes. Our teams are in the back. I'm going to tell you how it's going down today. All right, so we have two teams. You just met them. They will each have 45 minutes to prepare a dish from start to finish. One dish, two plates, because of our two judges. They will be given a mystery basket, right? So the basket has ingredients that has not been revealed yet to the chefs. Here it is, the mystery basket. They are also given other items that you would find in your pantry to do cooking with. Typical items, flour, oil, butter, those sorts of things. So the winner today will have the opportunity to compete next week, next Thursday on October 13th in the grand finale of So You Think You're a Chef. All right. So, Chef Payo, what do you think about today's competition?
Well, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with. I know challenges like these are always, pose great challenges to individuals. So let's see how fast they are, how organized they are. I think those are the kinds of things, and the level of creativity that they can bring to the table. I think going to distinguish who wins.
Excellent, excellent. All right.
What is this?
Cumin? Is that cumin?
Yes. Cinnamon. Kosher salt, very good.
Yep. And fresh red pepper.
This is Chef Payo. Now, Chef Payo is the executive chef at Lounge on 20 in Midtown Sacramento. And if you don't know, we have a local celebrity in our midst. His restaurant was rated number 6 by Gallo for molecular gastronomy. Ooh, big. Okay, so Chef Payo is going to tell us about that in a minute. And the other thing I want to note is that in the mystery baskets, the teams have to use each ingredient in their mystery basket. They don't have to use it all, but they have to incorporate it in their dish. And they do not have to use everything in their pantry. Those are just items that they can use if they want. All right, with that, I will turn it over to Chef Payo, who will tell us a little more about himself and also this molecular gastronomy.
Thank you for having me. Yes, from Lounge on 20 in Midtown Sacramento. The food that we were doing down there is definitely a more modern style, progressive dining. We're definitely playing with textures of food and flavors of food and trying to create a very impactful dining experience. So if you haven't been, I encourage all of you to come out. Very, very talented staff of people that I work with, very passionate people. So you can tell as soon as you sit down and eat the food. So please come down. Excited to be here today, and if you guys have any questions for me, please, I encourage you, throw your hands up, shout, do what you got to do, let me know, and let's have some fun today. So.
Okay, thank you, Chef Payo. Now, you were watching the teams as they were assembling here, and you were noticing some differences in their technique already.
Oh, absolutely.
Explain what you were seeing.
Well, I see a couple different strategies going on. One, I see, and Chef John's team here, that immediately they went to the ingredients, and they were kind of eyeing over the ingredients. This team here, what I noticed was they first and foremost got their organization set up. They didn't even really pay attention to the ingredients. They were focusing on how they were going to work in the kitchen. So two totally different structures here, and I'd like to see how it kind of pans out.
Yeah, let's see how it plays out in the end. Let's open the baskets. What do we have?
Prosciutto ham. Demi
All
glacé.
right.
Prosciutto?
Can you tell us as you're pulling them out? Prosciutto?
Prosciutto and some demi glacé.
All
And
right.
champignon, mushrooms.
Mushrooms, excellent.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Olives. And beef tenderloin.
Prosciutto?
Can you tell us?
Beef tenderloin. Oh, very nice.
All
Demi-glace.
right. Mushrooms, excellent.
Fresh tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Olives. Interesting.
Ooh, beef.
That stuff. Broccolini.
Prosciutto, excellent.
Mushrooms.
Team over here has got a little strategy
Right, it's
coming
bok
together.
choy. So
Okay.
I propose that
Definitely
what we do,
an entree.
yeah. Okay, so
Looks like Chef Sinclair is discussing what he's going to do with these ingredients.
all right, I'll
Looks
prepare
like
the
Chef
mushroom.
Sinclair is
We cut
discussing
the
what
small
he's going to do with these ingredients.
And wrap each bite in prosciutto. So we have a series of bites on
Dividing
the
up the
plate.
responsibilities.
It looks like they've already even started
We'll
over here.
slice this
She's already working with the
and
tomatoes.
cut this small. Yeah.
Okay, so Chef Payo, can you tell us a little bit about some of these ingredients
I'm
they
double
have here?
mic'd. Anything I say is
Sure.
coming
Well,
out.
obviously the tenderloin. If you
We
guys
get
don't know
stuffed
what tenderloin
tomatoes.
is filet mignon.
We don't have rice.
Now this is actually a full or a smaller
Tomato,
portion of the
potatoes.
tenderloin, but they still need to clean it and break
I can
it
only
down.
assume we're
It's
supposed to
not
make a
fully
main
cleaned like you
course.
would buy in the store, ready to go. So they have a little bit of work ahead of themselves.
It was never announced. Is this a main course?
This is the main course.
I could assume that, but I wanted to be told.
It's a main course.
I give this to
Got a game plan?
I'm doing what I'm told.
Smart man.
Rusty. When you're done with those,
And he's got these potatoes cooking in the water with a little rosemary in there with them, so they're already picking up some of that rosemary flavor.
You want these roasted, right?
Yeah,
Now,
but
do you want the fire?
Looks like
Have
Chef
they touched the
Sinclair is
pantry yet?
preparing his meat over here. Learn a little bit about the team
What else do we
dynamics.
need to
How
do?
did you guys start cooking together? Chef Sinclair?
Pretty much as soon as we hear about this contest, we just I emailed a few people I know that I think I could cook. So then that's how we kind of got together.
Okay, so do you guys work in the same group or different?
No, completely different groups, but we just kind of know through mutual friends and things like that. Know each other from mutual friends.
Excellent, excellent. So what about on the other team? How did you guys?
oh well. Rusty here is one of the United Way Chili Cook-Off champions.
Chili cook-off. Okay, there we have it.
Kendria cooks a lot of special food for special dietary needs. So she's got a lot of knowledge about the contents of the food and the chemistry of the food. Yes, she does.
What was that?
She brings in healthy brownies that are just
Healthy?
wonderful.
Oh,
And
okay. And are you guys in the same group?
yes,
Oh, okay.
and Rick, who's in back, is my manager. So
That was a good move.
That's why he's back.
so
To
there's
boss them around today.
how many opportunities do you get to do that, right?
Exactly. Take it. Hats off to the chefs here today. So what do we have
Okay,
going
thank
on
you.
over here?
Well, they got their sauce that they're kind of putting together, and they just strained it. And And I see something that I like a lot right here. It's the first time I've seen that yet today. In my kitchen, I make everybody taste everything continuously, nonstop, all day. It's, if you're not tasting, if I don't see you tasting, you're in trouble.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I think is very beneficial to know where you're at. So taste, taste, taste.
I also was told that if you follow Bon Appetit on Twitter, you get a discount. Did anybody know that? Follow Bon Appetit on Twitter. Who knew? See? This is where you get all the good information.
All right. So who would be interested in doing this next time? I see a couple hands. It takes a little bit of guts to get up here and do this, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yeah, thank you.
All right, yes. Are you Chef Alex?
So basically with the contest, we tried to make sure that everything in there was usable and everything went together and everything meshed well. If you look at the ingredients that they have on each day, there's probably 6 or 7 different dishes you could do out of that dish. Just come to my mind when I look at what's there, and that's what we tried to do with that type of stuff. Every day you'll see something different, and some of the pantry items will be the same, some will be a little bit different. I'm getting ready to serve you guys here, probably in the next 10 minutes, a little dish that I've come up with in the back using most of the ingredients that is available in the basket today as well. For Bon Appetit, we have dropped all the prices in the cafe by about $1 average. I don't know if you guys noticed that. We've also gone to a lot of new menus, a lot of different preparations, and have hired a lot of high-quality chefs lately. So just keep coming every day. We're using a lot of stuff that you've never seen before.
Well, the
Core
question was...
elements of a successful meal.
Yeah, what are the core elements of a successful meal?
Get,
I think that generally we have a vegetable, we have a protein, and we have a starch. That's generally kind of how most chefs will approach building a meal. I agree with that in a traditional sense. However, it's not the approach that we take at the restaurant, which is kind of unique about what we're doing. But I think that if you can nail all 3 of those, then you usually will have a very substantial and very satisfying meal.
So I'm seeing something happening over here with one of my favorite ingredients. Butter, I think. Yes, butter, and lots of it. What are we planning to do with butter? Reminds me of Paula Deen.
That's the hollandaise sauce we're going to be making.
That's a lot of butter.
Nothing wrong with butter.
I love butter. Taste it. You're right. Okay. Maybe a napkin to clean up so nobody slips.
Beautiful.
Lovely. I like how the colors are coming together. Oh, plating. Okay, we've got the tomato wrapped in the prosciutto. Excellent, excellent. We'll let them continue as they're plating.
Steaks.
Beef out of the oven. Have it resting here. Don't want to cut it too soon and all the juices escape.
So tell me, John, you got a little, looks like you also grilled this broccoli, Rob?
Yes.
And then we got a little tomato stuffed with the filet, the mushrooms, the onions, wrapped with a little prosciutto, and then a little filet mignon on the side also.
Yes.
Perfect. What are you putting right there?
When we took the fillets off the grill, we wrapped them in foil to let them rest. Took them off at about medium rare. They should be just about medium now. And the juice will add back to the tomato,
fantastic,
which dried out a little bit in the oven.
Fantastic.
This is how great is on any heat temperature thing.
Well,
do any bread? Bread? Anything?
No, we got potatoes. That's our starch.
Any questions?
Putting the final touches on the plates over here. I see some conversation going on.
All right, so looks like the plating is almost finished. Beautiful, beautiful presentation from both chefs. Very intense.
Done.
And as when I call time, we will ask, oh, Chef John
Done.
is already prepared and has plated and is ready to go. All right, spoons down. Competition is now complete, the cooking portion. Woo, woo. Excellent, excellent. Wow. Now, here comes the hard part. Before we dive into this, let's get our chefs to explain what they have prepared. Starting here with Chef Sinclair, tell us about what you have here.
So what we have here is prosciutto wrapped, what was that vegetable? Chinese broccoli. And what happened was we tasted it, we just simply steamed it, and then because it was kind of bitter, so we figured we'd balance it out with some reduced balsamic vinegar. The mushroom is basically quartered and salted in butter with a little salt and pepper. The steak is cooked rare because I figure chef will like it rare. Usually chefs do. Since demi-glace is a ready-made sauce and it's actually kind of overly salty, so we decided to just sort of glaze it as a decoration. But what we really like to do is a different sauce, which is a hollandaise sauce. And that was actually pretty difficult. We screwed it up once. We had to do it again. As far as the remainder of the ingredients, we decided to make a tapenade out of the olives we got, and we made the tomato petals. So what we did is we actually oven roasted with some thyme and salt and pepper to sort of enhance the sweetness, and we mix it in along with some basil leaves to sort of add another component to the tapenade. So the tapenade will be like a starter in this dish. So that's what we have.
Wow, excellent, excellent. Now, did you use everything in your mystery basket?
Yes, and more, I think.
Of course you would say yes. Okay, so thank you for that. We're going to go and visit Chef John and see what he has prepared. Chef John, tell us what you've prepared today.
I have for us a filet and fillets, mushroom and onion stuffed into a tomato.
They want you to speak a little bit louder. That mic is just for the TV.
Oh, all right then. We've diced the filet mignon and sauteed it with onions, mushrooms, and a few seasonings. We placed that into the tomatoes, which we roasted and skinned, recovered them in the prosciutto, and put them back in the oven to fuse those flavors. We have a medium filet mignon, very petite, along with some broccoli rabe, which has been steamed in a vinegar bath, and a red wine vinegar bath, I should say, and then broiled to caramelize some of the sugars. We have rosemary infused fingerling potatoes and garnish.
Excellent, excellent.
Looks great.
All right, so we're going to call both of our judges.
And for you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, just so you know, the judges are looking for taste, first of all, right? Taste, creativity.
We should start cleaning up our station.
Presentation, as well as technique. Taste, creativity,
really? You got it? Okay.
Presentation, and technique. Water for our judges to cleanse their palates. I know there's like a technical term between dishes. Yes, to clean a mousse. Okay, how you start. Okay. Okay. The water will work. Okay. Now, this is Chef Sinclair's creation. The judges have their hands full with this competition.
First of all, I am totally impressed. 45 minutes. I mean, at home, I have a can opener and a microwave. So, I mean, what these teams did was amazing. The thing I noticed, I don't know if you saw it from your vantage point, is the plate from Chef John's team started off looking like your basic plate. It had potatoes, it had a meat, but as I got into it, there was more meat within inside the tomato that had a different flavor than the meat that was the main course, and it was delicious. It was surprising. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. I enjoyed that experience of eating something and then eating something more. It's like, okay, this is this is, you know, an incredible experience in this tiny little plate. So that was really cool. Chef Sinclair's team, similar in that their the kind of starter element again made it feel like this was a special meal, just, you know, right on this plate. There were elements that covered different things, and that was what I really liked about your meals here. So that was my experience and feedback to both of the teams. I'm just amazed how they were able to, in that short of time, with just these limited ingredients, make an experience on a single plate.
Excellent.
So,
thank you, Peter.
Good stuff.
All right.
Again, I agree. I think that given the time parameters that you guys had and the mystery ingredients, you guys both did a fantastic job. Really impressed to see that you guys worked as a team, first of all, to pull off what you did, and then obviously both of you brought a lot of creative elements to the plate. So if I start over here, I thought the steaks were cooked perfectly on both sides, both the steak on the plate and inside the tomato. I was a little concerned about the steak inside the tomato, but as I got to it and tasted it, I thought it was wonderful. And I thought the broccoli was just a little bitter. So maybe one thing I would say is just as you taste, and if you blanch in a really heavily salted water, it'll help that. And maybe like a vinaigrette or something or just over the top would have maybe helped that. A little bit of sweetness or something just to kind of cut that bitterness. That was the only thing on your plate that I really thought really needed to pick me up. The potatoes were cooked nicely. Potatoes are one of the things that people tend to under-season. Potatoes were seasoned perfectly. So really, really liked that. Overall, fantastic job. Great job on presentation. On this side, I think that really like the creative, the visual element of the plate. I see a lot of different flavors being built. The one thing I noticed is that demi sauce that you guys had was a little salty, so I was glad to see that you refrained from using that so much and then came up with the hollandaise sauce is a sauce for it. I thought that was pretty brilliant. And then also they added the acidity and the balsamic reduction, which I thought was a nice touch. The broccolini, as I mentioned, was a little bit bitter, so wrapping it with the prosciutto added another layer of saltiness, which I think helped. And overall, I mean, I think both teams did a pretty phenomenal job. So
excellent.
Kudos to both of you.
All right. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, Chef Payo, whose cuisine reigns supreme?
And today, it is going to be Chef Sinclair.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Chef Sinclair.
Thank you.
Good job,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chef John. The scores were very close. Excellent job. Thank you so much. All right, we'll see you same place tomorrow. Thanks.